Hi everyone, my name is Sarah Beth, and I just finished reading The King of Ashes by S.A. Cosby. This book is about 300 pages long and was published this year. This was actually my pick of the month for June for Book of the Month. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't like this one that much. I don't know. I'm probably gonna give away spoilers for this book because it's pretty predictable. The biggest critique I have to say about this book is that it really wants to be something special, but it just isn't. Right off the bat, I don't think it's a terribly graphic novel. I think that there are some really harsh themes, such as murder and BDSM and a lot of this like internal guilt that is felt by our main character. But like I said, I don't think it's all too graphic, despite the fact that this is a crime thriller. I think that it's more likely akin to a mob or mafia novel because, yeah, this book, spoilers right here, it's The Godfather, alright? This book is just basically The Godfather, alright? I mean, the family's a little bit messed up, and I feel that the author really wants to be edgy. A lot of the book, he's like, ooh, this guy's really into BDSM because he's got a dark side, and he blames himself. And I'm like, so he's got a dominatrix on speed dial. Okay. How does that really relate to anything? Not really. A lot of things just come up, and they don't really. He finds a girlfriend that's like that, and he's like, oh, this is what I wanted all those years. I'm like, okay, good for you. Proud of you. The prose is fine. Like it's not bad by any means, but I think that it's a bit bogged down by the story. I think I'd probably appreciate the prose more if the story wasn't so predictable. Maybe it's not as predictable as I'm thinking, but I'm like, oh, it's The Godfather. Oh, I'm reading this book. I don't even really care about what's happening. I mean, maybe a twist will come and I'm like, oh, that's kind of exciting, but at the same time, I'm just not that interested in this book at all. I appreciate that it's got a really nice heavy roots in the town. It's called Jefferson Runs, or Jefferson Has the Runs is what they call it. It's a run downtown, and our main cast of characters, they're African American, and you do see the plight of what's going on due to their race, and I think that it's definitely not showcased as much in this novel, but you can definitely see the ramifications of that, like the colleges that are near the area, the gentrification that's planned to go on. So you do see these kind of things happen in the novel, but and the characters are fine. I didn't really ever feel close to any of the characters. Maybe that's just me. Maybe you will find this a lot more enjoyable than I did. But maybe that's the problem. I never connected with the characters. And I think that the author really wanted this book to mean something. You know, when they put a lot of effort into, like, oh, the moon, it glowed on this, and I feel the pain of everything that's happened. And I'm like, I get it, but it never felt real. And maybe that's because a lot of acts in this book kind of take me out of the realm of possibility. Maybe it's the fact that our main character can just make money like this. He's a financier and he's a god with money. And I'm like, there should be some kind of ramifications of you going from legit to just a whole life of crime. You've murdered so many people. How? And like you're aiding and abetting. Like, how is none of this getting in any trouble at all? Maybe I'm just naive and I don't know how crime works, and a lot of people get away with a lot of things, but I feel that there's just a lot of sloppy things going on. This man was stalked by a police officer. You expect me to believe that after being interviewed by the police that many times, they couldn't come up with anything, especially considering they even brought up Al Capone in the novel. And they're like, what was he officially caught on? Tax evasion. And I'm like, he's pumping and dumping stocks like nobody's business, getting tips from the inside. And you have me expect that they are not looking into this? Heck no. And maybe it's fine because, it's such a short period of time that he's doing this for, but yeah, I just don't think it was believable, and I think that's why it didn't mean as much as the author probably meant for it to mean. General premise of this book. You got a man, his name's Roman, he's got two siblings, he's got a younger brother, Dante, and a sister that's younger than him, Nebba. And his father has been in a car accident, he was essentially run off the road by a bunch of drug lords. And so he comes back into his old town from his fancy living in Atlanta to, pick up the pieces, make sure his father doesn't die, make sure everything's going okay. And he finds out, and I don't think this is too much of spoilers, but he finds out that his brother got himself into a lot of drug problem with the local gang. And so that's why his father was run off the road, and that's why all these things are happening. And he basically digs in and says, hey, I'm going to help my little brother. And chaos ensues. And he tries to take charge the best way he knows how, because all he knows is money. And it just backfires and keeps backfiring on him again and again and again. It's kind of like Uncut Gems, but you just don't care. Uncut Gems is a film with Adam Sandler where he has a gambling addiction and he just keeps digging further and further and further into it. And, he's just digging in the mud, hoping, like, I can get out one day. I can get out. I can get my brother out. I'm going to keep my family safe. There's also this huge plot of intrigue following how their mother disappeared when they were in their teenage years, and everybody in town believes that their father killed her because he owns a crematorium. So, everything burns. That's why it's the King of Ashes. Would I recommend this book? No. I think if you're really dying for this kind of intrigue, maybe... I've heard that I've never actually read the book, but I know there's a book for The Godfather, though I hear the book is awful. But, it exists. It already exists. So maybe this one's easier to read than that one, but I did not enjoy it that much. It's very mediocre. Maybe try something else. Anyway, hope you enjoy my review and have a good one.